All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm a little bit late today, so bear with me. Had a pretty tough day. Could not really trade much except for I think one of the evaluation accounts. Goal is to just, with this new journey is to create a new set of performance accounts and slowly copy trade them so that um, we can get that 0 to 1 million journey going on. So, but today we're going to take a look at price action for today, and we're going to see what happened, see what we might be able to be aiming for next. It's pretty clear to me, and hopefully we can make it clear for you. So let's go ahead and get started here today. Ended up passing another performance account. Actually, I guess I could probably bring this one up here. Let's fade over here. So I took a screenshot of it. Um, just wanted to be able to see that, hey, it's possible to pass. This is what happens. This is what it looks like when you pass an account. And then once you pay the fee, it ends up becoming one of these performance accounts down here and starts you over at 0. So as you can see here on this account, in the previous, I've been streaming probably the past week or two. So 5, 10 business days. Even between meetings, like during my break time, I'm able to find a trade on occasion, not always. And I don't force trades anymore either. So if I am able to take a quick 15-minute break and grab a trade, great. If I cannot, then I will not. Client work comes first. So just wanted to let you know it is possible when you're doing 9 to 5 to still pass these accounts. So yep, you'll see some more of those soon when I'm able to take some time off and take a break. So all right, let's head over to the charts. So we see here is the daily chart. So again, no big no, not a big surprise. We ended up trading down into that weekly volume imbalance that you see here. Remember, I pointed that out during pre-market, and I pointed that out before the week even started. So what was interesting is that we left this fair value gap open. It's possible that thing stays open for quite some time now. So this big candle was FOMC. This was today's price action. And yeah, I think that this was a very interesting day. We blew past that volume imbalance, so I wouldn't be surprised if we were to trade up, retest that volume imbalance and come back down. We did leave a little bit of a gap up here. And then we are aiming very quickly towards this monthly premium BISI low. So keep in mind, we've already technically traded close to that low. There's some unfinished business down there. There's a new week opening gap down there. And of course, there's a monthly short-term low. That's significant because if you see here, if we go further below there, there's a SIBI high that we haven't touched yet. So this whole thing is a monthly sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So very interesting stuff that we're going to come into in the end of September here. So with that, September tendencies, combining September end of September tendencies, we are looking for this to be taken. So let's hop down into the shoot, it's already 11:32. So let's hop down onto the 15 minutes. So we're going to go down into today's price action. We can see that during the day, Asia, London took out this buy side liquidity. New York rode up, took out yet another area of liquidity, or actually got close to it. Sorry, and that should have been the key. That should have been the key here, is that it did not get close to it, rejected beforehand. Right at open even as well. It'll be clear once we go down the 5 minute, but just you can see how this went up took buy side liquidity, couldn't get to that rejection block, ended up going down, taking that out, coming back up, taking that out, and then continuing downwards. And then of course later on in the day we have FOMC. We'll go down to 5 minutes. It's gonna be easier to see. All right, so this is a 5-minute chart. We can see that at open we dropped down, filled the opening range gap with the 2 pink lines there, went back up to rebalance it, took out some liquidity here, and couldn't get past that buy side liquidity again, and we ended up continuing downwards. So we end up creating a fair value gap right there, and price trades up back into it, and we see the bodies respect that, and we continue downwards for the morning. We end up coming back to the new week opening gap as that is like it's the equilibrium for this week. That's the starting point. So we end up creating kind of relative equal highs there. So at 2 o'clock, we see that we dropped down, and then started the move up. And this takes out, this is the greater move, right? This move up takes out buy side liquidity. Once it does that, it gives you a second entry. And at this will show differently in trading view. It's roughly like 10 minutes back. I'm not sure why that is, but it is. So that was the first leg, and that honestly that kind of threw me off, because if you look at trading view, the price move begins right at 2 o'clock when the FOMC minutes came out. So either way, this takes liquidity up here and coincidentally starts to run and runs the rest of the day. So this was one that I think even had I been here, it would have taken a bit of concentration. I would have seen the highs gotten taken here, but let's go down to a lower time frame and see if there's other indications that we could have taken. Okay, so we see right at open, drops down, takes liquidity there, takes out the opening range gap, and then we come back, rebalance it, 1, 2, 3 drives pattern, creates a short-term low here, 2022 model, fair value gap, 1, 2, 3 entries, and then it continues downwards to take out this sell side liquidity. Now it ends up continuing further a little bit, as you can see, to take out Asia's low. It actually takes out Asia's low there, and then as we go into the afternoon, we see that we get all the way up through to 2 o'clock FOMC, and this initial impulsive move, again, this kind of serves as a indication of what direction it wants to go. So then we have a major false move up. You could have taken this buy side imbalance all the way up through liquidity taken up here and here. But at that point in time, we see on the 1 minute that we reject that new week opening gap, go up, reject it once more. This could serve as a slight fair value gap right here, and you would have still been fine had you taken it. But this is 15,358 for a high of 15,372. So that's a lot. That's like 14 points of drawdown that you would have had to endure if you got in at the top. So would have been quite difficult on the minute chart. I'm going to take a look over at the 15-second chart to see if there's anything there. It's 2 o'clock. Yeah, on the 15-second chart, it looks like there are a couple fair value gaps that would have been acceptable. But how you would have gotten into them, it would have been quite difficult to kind of play that one out given the way the market was running. But I think playing rejection blocks on large news days was the right way to go. So And if you missed that first one, you could have gotten in on the second one here and still captured a lion's share of the move. So yeah, that's all I see. Let's go over up to the weekly, take a look at the week overall. So we can kind of see what the weekly is aiming for, right? We've gone through this volume imbalance. We could certainly come back up into it. But it seems like the weekly expansions for the time being is to the downside, and there's actually a couple of major targets that we are looking at that we pointed out earlier. Whether or not we get below that short-term low, who knows, but that's where I'm thinking we're going to draw to the next couple of days. So if we look at the Forex calendar, we have tomorrow, we have unemployment claims at 8:30 in the morning. That's going to be where the major liquidity is. And then, of course, Friday, flash PMI at 9:45 is going to be the next thing that you want to watch out for. Okay, so on the weekly, you know my bias, you know where we've been saying where we want to go. I'm hopefully there's going to be some time to take a trade or two. I have four more 4 more accounts I want to pass. That would total 8 accounts on this account, and I think that maybe we'll go for 10. I don't know. We'll see. Well, maybe we'll go for 10, and then we'll start to take a few copy trades on them, and start to stack up some cash. But yeah, with that, I think that that is it. That's all I see right now. Thanks for watching. As always, if you have any questions surrounding what and why, let me know. I'm going to continue to provide these market reviews beforehand and predict futures price. So with that, I'm going to bid you adieu, and good luck tomorrow. You know where my bias is to the downside. You know what levels I'm looking for. It's to that monthly sell side liquidity there. And yep, let me know if you have any questions. All right, with that, I'm going to head to sleep. Good night, and we'll talk some more tomorrow.